You guys, what the? Hello there, you guys. Welcome to another of my live videos, and today I'm just going to be officially updating you on some more current latest news. Now, this is regarding Mourinho Fellani now for Manchester United. Reportedly now, we know that he's coming to an end of his deal next summer. He's Fellani, and we know this is his fifth season now in the process with Man United. I think all in all, you know, in the Premier League, Fellani's made about over 2 century appearances now as Mourinho Fellani. And you know, he's before he got injured, you know, especially this season before he got injured, and he's just recovered from injury. You know, he was making a massive impact. You know, his link-up play was very good as well. And Jose Mourinho, you know, is very keen on Mourinho Fellani, you know, staying at Old Trafford, because we know Fellani being linked with the likes of Galatasaray during August, but we know that Jose Mourinho had currently blocked Fellani making a move to Galatasaray, as we all know. I think China have also been interested in Mourinho Fellani as well. But reportedly, you know, Jose Mourinho's keen on keeping him at the current club. We have not yet signed Mourinho Fellani a new deal by all means at Old Trafford, but I think it's confirmed that Jose Mourinho has he's held a meeting with Mourinho Fellani regarding Mourinho Fellani's future, and it is come out and suggested out that Jose Mourinho does want Mourinho Fellani to stay at the club, because it has come out that efficiently, you know, that the board has told Jose Mourinho he has to sell before he buys in January. So basically, we know Jose Mourinho spent nearly £300 million in the 3 transfer windows at Manchester United so far. We know this is second season in the process of his 3-year deal. Jose Mourinho's in the current process as well, as we all know. But we know Manchester United have still got Pogba injured, as we all know. You know, £89 million, you know, our record signing. You know, we've got quite a few players in, but there's still areas where Man United need to strengthen up. You know, there's we need the winger. I still presumably need a left back, but as I'm saying, and as I also updated you earlier on, we still got, Fellaini's coming into his deal. You know, we've got Ander Herrera that's coming to an end of his current deal. I think Man United have the option to sign him a 1-year extension if he does not sign a new deal with Man United. We know he's made his international debut in 2016. We know he's been at Old Trafford since 2014, and he won the Players of the Year last season. I think he does better in a 3-man midfield. I think Man United have also been in the process of trying to secure Ander Herrera a new deal. Reportedly, he's been on Barcelona's agenda as well as Ander Herrera in the current process, but he's another player that's going to an end of his deal. So Jose Mourinho is looking for, you know, replacements. You know, you've also got Juan Mata for us, you know, coming to an end of his deal as well, as I reported to you guys earlier on about Juan Mata in the current process. He did say the 12-time Champions League winners, Real Madrid, Champions League winners Real Madrid, had reportedly been interested in Juan Mata as well, because we know, you know, this is Juan Mata's like 4th season now in the process with Man United. You know, he's never won a Premier League medal, but with Man U he's won like the FA Cup, you know, the EFL Cup, you know, the Europa League with us and that, and he's definitely made over 2-century appearances now as Juan Mata in the Premier League, because he has been in the Premier League for 6 years. But reportedly, he did say in the press earlier on, but it did say in the press earlier on that Real Madrid may be considering making a January move for Juan Mata, because he's another player that's coming to an end of his deal. As I said, if Man United do want to sell him, they'd rather cash in for Juan Mata rather than let him go on a free transfer next summer. But reportedly, it did say Real Madrid are interested in Juan Mata as well, because we know he used to play for Real Madrid. You know, that's where he began his career. That's where he risen up the youth system with Real Madrid, and then after that, we know he joined Valencia in 2007. He joined Valencia in 2007. Juan Mata was there for a good 4 seasons. During his time with Valencia, he made 174 appearances, and then after that, you know, he went to the likes of Chelsea. He was at Chelsea about, I think, was it 3 years or something like that? If I'm correct, yeah, I think it was about, it was 3 years with Chelsea. You know, he won the FA Cup with Chelsea. You know, he won the Champions League with Chelsea and all that as well. And he's also won the Under-19 European Championship, Under-21 European Championship, also won the FIFA Club World Cup in 2000 and FIFA Club World Cup as well as Juan Mata in the current process. But it did say in the press before that Juan Mata, I think he's keen on staying at Man United because, and I think Man United have been tipped to sign Juan Mata a new deal because he's very consistent. But He did also turn down a big money move to China before as well, did Juan Mata. But reportedly, Real Madrid are considering maybe making a move for Juan Mata in January, and that has been in the current press today. As well, if you've seen that. So we've still got coming to an end of his deals at Man United. You know, we've got Herrera coming to an end of his deal, Fellani coming to an end of his deal, Herrera, Fellani, you know, Juan Mata coming to an end of his deal, and also, you know, Luke Shaw. It looks like he's going to be leaving the club in January as well, because Man United have basically said we're allowing Luke Shaw to go out on loan in January as well. There's been a few teams interested, you know, like Southampton, because that's where he risen up the ranks fantastically well with Southampton as well. Did Luke Shaw in the current process. But we know he made his England debut in 2014. We know we purchased him for £29 million from Southampton, but it did say the other week in the press he fears his career could be over after a fallout with Jose Mourinho as well in the current process. Because obviously Luke Shaw knows now, you know, I think he's coming to an end of his contract in 2019, and he did say he's not satisfied, you know, with the lack of game time Luke Shaw is getting, because he's only played in the Carabao Cup this season, in the Burton game, you know, 3 or 4 minutes of the Swansea game as well, Luke Shaw. And he knows he's probably 5th choice left back now under Jose Mourinho is Luke Shaw in the current process. But we all know he's known for injuries, is Luke Shaw as well. But yeah, Jose, and I said, it looks like he's going to go out on loan. It could be Southampton. He could go back to Southampton, you know, and reunite, you know. Maybe he could go to Tottenham, because Luke Shaw may be keen on reuniting with Pochettino, because they used to work together, you know, during his Southampton days, Pochettino, before he went to Tottenham, and Luke Shaw was there. But yeah, it looks like Luke Shaw could be good. But we know Jose Mourinho's, you know, being interested in Jordi Alba at left back, as I mentioned earlier, Ryan Sessegnon at left back. Ryan Sessegnon, Jordi Alba, you know, Danny Rose, and I'd like Danny Rose at left back position, you know, because Danny Rose is very, very good, and he did say he would will to turn Chelsea down, and he would prefer the move to Old Trafford, because he's under contract with Tottenham to 2021. He's been at Tottenham now a decade as Danny Rose. You know, he began his career with Leeds United, as we all know, as Danny Rose, but we know he suffered a long-term injury. And he did say, you know, he would join Manchester United. Man United could still make a move for him in January if Luke Shaw is to go. But as I said, you know, he criticised Tottenham, you know, back in the August window due to their lack of investment in the window, and he wasn't completely satisfied with the wages he was receiving, as well as Danny Rose. He made over century appearances now, but very, very good player indeed. I think he'd be a fantastic replacement for Luke Shaw. I think, you know, Ryan Sessegnon would be a fantastic replacement for Luke Shaw as well in the current process. But I've been all through it with you. The press have basically been reporting that Jose Mourinho now has to sell, you know, before he can buy in January, because you still need a winger. You know, definitely still need, I presume, someone to back. And, you know, we've obviously, you know, as he updated you before, you know, the midfield, Jose Mourinho's still looking to adjust the midfield a bit, because could still see Fellani go, because obviously he hasn't signed a new deal. Herrera hasn't signed a new deal, but he has the option of a 1-year extension. You know, Juan Mata hasn't signed a new deal yet either, but I think Juan Mata will be keen on staying at the club. But you've also got Michael Carrick, because there's been, that was in the press a couple of weeks ago. Wait there. That was in the press a couple of weeks ago about Michael Carrick as well in the current process, that like reportedly Villa had been interested in him. It said West Brom had been interested in Carrick, and Leicester had been interested in Mike Carrick as well, but he just recovered from long-term from injury as well. But he did say, you know, he's happy in Manchester in Michael Carrick, and he has no intentions of leaving the club. And Jose Mourinho, you know, wants to maybe still keep him, even though he's not going to be our first choice player in that midfield. He's just basically used there. He's just used there as a backup option, as we all know, is Michael Carrick, because we know he's been at the club now over a decade. We know he's won every single domestic cup. We know he's nearly played 400 games now for Manchester United all in all. He's only played 1 game this season, and that was the Burton Albion game as well. That was the Burton Albion game as well, but we know he risen up the ranks for West Ham fantastically well. As I said, in 1997 he began their youth system. In 1999, you know, won the FA Youth Cup with West Ham, and then he was there quite a few years. He made over 150 odd appearances for West Ham, and then Tottenham bought him. Was there at Tottenham a couple of years. Then we bought him in 2006 from Tottenham for just over £18 million, I think it was. But definitely he was a regular for Manchester United. You know, especially in his first season. Michael Carrick was a regular. He played in over 50 games for us as well. So looking likely he's going to be staying at the Manchester United as well. But the main part of this video is about Manny and Fellani. Reportedly, he's held talks with Mourinho regarding his future. I think Fellani is keen on staying, and I think Mourinho does want Fellani to currently stay as well, because he does admire the player, does Jose Mourinho. So in January we could see Luke Shaw go, could possibly see Mata go, maybe Fellani. But basically the board are now suggesting to Jose Mourinho, Mourinho now has to sell before he can buy, because we know he spent about 300, is it 300? Yeah, it's about £300 million nearly, all in all, you know, since he's been at Man United. We know in the press in the last couple of days, I do keep updating you, he has PSG have approached him, George Mendes, who has strong connections with Manchester United, as I do keep notifying you about. Reportedly has been in discussions with PSG over this situation, because he has been linked with PSG, because he did classify PSG as special. We know he's got a 3-year deal with Manchester United, Jose Mourinho. We know he's a winner, he's in his second year of his 3-year deal with Man United. It did say the other day in the press he was demanding a pay rise of around £3 million, you know, for him to sign a new deal at Old Trafford, Jose Mourinho as well. But he did confirm before, didn't he? He did say he would not end his managerial career with Man United. He did say he wanted to be here for 15 years. Did Jose Mourinho as well? But he did say at the end of his career he does want to manage his national team. So we heard the rumours last month, you know, with him being linked to PSG, Jose Mourinho. But if Jose Mourinho was to go, who would we get as a replacement? But he did well last season. You know, he won the FL Cup and the Europa League, and got his Champions League qualification, you know, in his first season, you know, with Manchester United. But yeah, he has been linked with PSG as well. But for me, we still need a player that can cross a ball into the box, as I said. Presumably still need a left-back if Luke Shaw does go, which is looking likely now, because he's fallen down the pecking order. As we all know, this Luke Shaw's 4th season now in the process with at Old Trafford. One Matt could still go as well, so... But the main part of this video is about Manny Fellani, because, you know, we paid just over £27 million for him from Everton, so... but we know, I think this is Fellani's best season, you know, especially in the Manchester United shirt. Obviously, before he suffered the injury during international break, I think this has been his best season so far. He's done absolutely fantastic. But we know he's just recovered from injury as well. I'm not sure about Paul Pogba. We know he's still injured. He's been out for over a month now as Paul Pogba. I don't know when he's going to be, you know, come back. You know, our most essential creative midfielder as well, Paul Pogba. But... yeah, going to be interesting. It did say also that Jose Mourinho wants more backing. He wants more backing in the transfer market, and he did also suggest that Mourinho, he wants us to show commitment to him in the transfer market as well, Jose Mourinho. And then, you know, he's still looking to address the midfield, because he's still reportedly, you know, interested in Cesc Fabregas from Chelsea, because Cesc Fabregas is a player, you know, that we've reportedly been interested in the past. You know, we were interested in Fabregas, you know, during the Moyes era, and we were interested in Bale during the Moyes era as well, but we never ever got them. But Mourinho reportedly interested in Fabregas as well. Fabregas is on the verge of signing a new deal with Chelsea. I think he's keen on signing a new deal with Chelsea. He says Fabregas is keen on signing a new deal with Chelsea. He has the option of signing a 2-year extension with Chelsea, as we all know. But Jose Mourinho is keen on maybe reuniting with Cesc Fabregas as well, because he's very, very good, creative, very good, agile playmaker, as we all know. You know, this is 4th season of the process with Chelsea. Chelsea paid £30 million for him from Barcelona. You know, he put a fantastic performance against us at the weekend as well, did Cesc Fabregas. But I do think he's going to sign a new deal with Chelsea, but we know, man. But we know reportedly that Manchester United have been interested in Cesc Fabregas. We know we're interested in him during the Moyes era, but we never really got Cesc Fabregas, but as a player, he risen up the ranks of Barcelona, fantastically well. Did Cesc Fabregas, as we all know, then he went to Arsenal. He was at Arsenal a good 8 years, he won honours there. And, at Barcelona, he played alongside Iniesta and Xavi. He did fantastically well there in his 3-year spell. And then Chelsea had purchased him. Chelsea's won the Premier League, won the League Cup with them as well. So, very, very good player indeed. And he would complement our midfield fantastically well. But I think Chelsea are in the process of securing him a new deal. And then you've got Gareth Bale, reportedly, the recent reports about Bale that Mourinho is actually no longer interested in Gareth Bale, even though it reported the other day that he'd been given the green light to leave Real Madrid, Gareth Bale. But we need that player that can cross balls into the box, but I think Jose Mourinho's concerned, due to it, that he's injury prone. We know that Gareth Bale's known for injuries, and this is what might concern Jose Mourinho in the current prospect. Good physical attributes, can cross a ball, can put a ball into the box as well. Definitely can Gareth Bale. We know he's been at Real Madrid. This is 5th season in the process. Real Madrid paid £85 million for him from Tottenham. We know he's won 10 honours in his time with Real Madrid. We know he's won 3 Champions Leagues in 4 seasons as well. But we know his recent injury is a calf injury, but he isn't getting a fantastic reception at Real Madrid. He's injury prone, as we all know, but he did say the other week that Florentino Perez was keen on was willing to wanted to generate the funds that they're paid Gareth Bale from Tottenham. We know he had 6 fantastic years as well with Tottenham. Bale, at Southampton he was very, very good. He risen up the ranks there. That's where he started as a left back, and then since then he become more of an attacking player. Did Gareth Bale, but. Either way, I still think Manchester United need a creative winner. But Bale, Welsh Footballer of the Year record 6 times, second top scorer for Wales, and earned 60 caps for Wales as well. But during the August window, we missed out on quite a few tags. Perisic, we didn't get him because he was another creative winner that had done fantastically well for us because he's got good physical attributes, but we wasn't willing to pay the £48 million that Inter Milan were demanding. Griezmann, we could maybe still possibly get him next summer because his release clause does reduce, but. Griezmann can play in an attacking mid. Griezmann's a very good player, highly experienced attacking mid, can play on, I think can play on the wing, can play as a forward as well. But obviously, due to the transfer ban, we didn't get Griezmann. He estimated 6 out of 10 that he was coming to Old Trafford. But reports were stemming the other day that he's reportedly told Barcelona he's going to join them. He does have a release clause of £89 million next summer, does Antoine Griezmann as well. But very, very good. He signed a new deal back in June with Atletico Madrid till 2022. He did estimate 6 out of 10 he was coming to Old Trafford. It looked likely he was coming to Old Trafford, but due to the transfer ban, it never occurred. But he is up thanks to Real Sociedad very, very well. He won the league, Real Sociedad. He also, during his 5 seasons there, scored 52 goals in just over 2 century appearances. Very, very good in Euro 2016, player of the tournament, top scorer. And also was part of the squad who won the 2010 UEFA European Under-19 Championship as well, was Antoine Griezmann. Made his senior debut for France in 2014 as well. But he'd complement our front line fantastically well. He'd be a fantastic number 7 for us because we've still got a number 7 vacant, as I said. And from a commercial point of view, really. From a commercial point of view, would I want to keep it vacant, but we've had a lot of number 7s there over the years, but I don't think we've had a pop one, since we had the likes of Cristiano Ronaldo. So it was possible we could still get Griezmann next summer, but reportedly he's told Barcelona that he wants to join Barcelona. This is basically what's being said, and he scored 28 goals last season, also did Griezmann. But, distinctive, tenacious, competitive, he's an efficient finisher, very, very clinical. But yeah, as I said, Manchester United had a fantastic start to the season, but, we've got some good players in there. We've got Lukaku. He's gone now 6-7 games without a goal. We've got young talents like Rashford and Martial that are good at scoring goals. But there's still improvements needed in the team, and we still need to reinvest. So basically what the board is saying, Jose Mourinho now has to sell maybe a couple of players or so to buy as well, and this is basically what has been suggested out in the current process. But we'll see what happens. So anyway, guys, I'm going to get off now. That's everything to update today. Drop your comments, likes below on the side. If you do consider subscribe to my channel as always, and take it easy, guys. Take care, and I'll see you all later, and I'll see you all again very, very soon.